There are still many men who believe that if you have not paid the bride price on a woman, every child born belongs to the woman's paternal family. That is not what the law says. The law actually says that the biological parents of a child are the ones who are the legal parents of the child. Now, when it comes to payment of the bride price, the key part about payment of the bride price is that the person who receives the bride price is the one who is supposed to receive it. That you paid bride price is not the issue. That's if people don't know. The person that is supposed to accept the bride price of a girl, of any girl, is
Hello and welcome. My name is Adenike Yarikwa and I'm your host. This is a continuation of an extensive 2-hour conversation on various issues relating to marriage, which we have now broken down into multiple parts. You can start by either listening to this episode or other previous episodes to enjoy the full conversation.
Also is the same with culture. There are so many cultures. I was so shocked that over in less than 10 years, within a window of 10 years, I've seen heard of female genital mutilation inside this Ibadan.
You're saying it still exists here now?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I mean, the word that I also was on this same express that we're doing this recording on.
Yeah.
And not up to 10 minutes, not up to 5 minutes from where we are recording now.
Yeah.
I was still hearing, I still heard somebody.
Maybe advertising for it.
No, somebody was still, a girl child was still circumcised. And I was like, don't tell me that is happening today in the city that we live in. If it's happening in a rural village community, I will understand that, maybe enlightenment has not gotten that far. So there are still some cultures that maybe, and they may necessarily not be illegal. It's just that they are not enforceable.
Okay.
If they stand against the law.
Maybe the societal perception now, the world has advanced, quoting.
True. Beyond that.
It's no longer attractive, it's no longer acceptable, quote unquote.
Yeah, so there are still many men. There are still many men who believe that if you have not paid the bride price on a woman, every child born belongs to the woman's paternal family. Right? There are men, yes, I have met men who live in this city and they still have that belief to date.
Please, for the sake of the please help us clarify so that they will know that that's not.
Yes, of course. That is not what the law says. The law actually says that the biological parents of a child are the ones who are the legal parents of the child.
You know, the reason, sorry to cut you, sir.
Yes.
Just to add something. Because I've seen it from from practice. You find instances where a mother, the parent of the family of the man would take the child from the woman. Yes. That is a very common thing.
Yes.
And they tell her that, it's their child. And then you then begin to educate them that, no, it's the child is, first of all, the father and the mother. Yes. The father is still alive and the mother is still alive. They are the ones that are directly entitled, so to speak, to the child.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is the fact about it. But you see, if they take the child from the mother, using this same scenario that you have painted now, if they take the child from the mother, and the mother sees it as something normal, and she sees it as something okay, and she does not have any issues with it, there will be no issues.
Well, is it that she doesn't have issues? She doesn't know what her right is. Because a lot, sometimes it's a situation of they don't even recognize that my right is being infringed. They don't even recognize that I have that right.
That's true. They don't even know that they have that right because they are still under that customary wiring. Yeah. You understand that? They are still under that customary wiring. And it is still not something that you can clearly, to a large extent, just say, you are taking away or you are taking off. Because there are still situations where these things get to play. Recently, we were having the Iyabo Ojo's daughter's wedding.
Yes.
Right? And people were more or less like praising of, how she still allowed her ex-husband, who is the father of the girl, to be around for the traditional marriage.
Who is supposed to be around?
Then I just started laughing and I was like, okay, who would have collected the bride price in the first place? Like,
he's
a father. Unless you are denying that he is not the father. But if he is the father, he is the one that has the rights to collect that particular bride price. You understand that? Yeah. But then we see people these days people, because they are angry with some of their uncles, or they are angry with the father that of several years ago, somebody else decide to collect the bride price.
Now, under culture, is that even acceptable? And under the law?
It's not acceptable, because under culture, under customary law, yes, what actually makes a marriage is that somebody has paid the bride price. You know, the bride price is a business, is a foundation.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, we want to say consent of the family is then payment of the bride price. Now, when it comes to payment of the bride price, the key part about payment of the bride price is that the person who receives the bride price is the one who is supposed to receive it.
Okay.
That you paid bride price is not the issue.
So you can't just go and pay the bride price.
You can't just pay the bride price.
No, come and collect.
The bride price was not paid.
Who is supposed to accept it? Is it the father, the
person that is supposed to accept the bride price of a girl, of any girl, is the father of the girl. Now, the question about it is that right now, when we come to customary law, the father of the girl is not the paternal father. That's another thing people don't know.
Wow.
Tradition also determines who is the father of the girl. If we are using the Esan custom, because I'm Esan, as a case study, for example, if you're talking about my particular hometown, Irua, the first daughter, the bride price of the first daughter is received by the head of the family.
Okay.
Not necessarily by her biological father. But for the second daughters to the last daughter, the biological father receives that.
Okay. Is it can you tell us the rationale for
the idea is maybe it's a kind of tax system.
Okay.
It's a tax system that kind of says the first belongs to all of us.
Okay.
The others belong to you. It can be that kind of tax system in the culture of every first daughter is so. It's just even some Easter communities, you'll be hearing the Ada something.
Yeah.
It belongs to the entire family or the entire community. Others belong to you. But this one is only for those who are Christians and you are looking at the Jewish laws, the first always belong to the Lord.
Yes. Yes.
So whether it's the first child or your first produce, your first the first offspring of your animals and the rest, the first is always belongs to the Lord. So
I can see the correlation.
Yes, that tradition. That tradition is still so like that. So it all depends, right? There are some communities or some cultures that says that the father of the girl, the father of the family is the eldest person in this family.
Okay. So that means the person is the eldest of all the children.
No.
So to speak.
It can be the eldest of that particular lineage.
Okay.
Of all the people bearing that surname.
Okay.
Or all the people in that lineage, who is the eldest. Okay. Now you see, pay attention to the difference. Earlier on, I said head of family.
Yes.
But now I said eldest male.
Male.
Okay, this one will be like eldest male. The eldest male in some cultures does not necessarily mean the head of the family.
Okay.
Like for example, in Esan, our headship is hereditary.
Okay.
Our headship is hereditary.
Okay.
It is not age.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay. So let's assume in my father's lineage, let us say, okay, my father's lineage, you want to count down from my father's lineage.
Yeah.
It means that I, the first son, will be the head after my father.
Okay.
After me, the next head of my father's lineage will be my first son.
So
not my younger brother.
Now I understand.
It's a bloodline.
Blood.
So in people that use head, some people use head of family to mean a bloodline.
Okay.
Some people use head of family to be the oldest male.
Okay. So in that context, it could even be maybe your sister's children, maybe by the time they are grown.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I've seen many heads of family that they have many uncles. All their uncles are older than them, but they are the head of the family because of the bloodline.
So it really depends on the culture.
On the culture. So who receives the bride price always comes down to, according to your culture, who is supposed to receive the bride price.
Can I ask it, can I put a twist into it? Can you reject a culture and say, okay, for me, and my family, I'm educated, I've gone to university,
Yes.
I no longer stay in the village, I don't accept it. Will it still be binding on?
This is the thing about it is we usually say that you have
At
the
least in
freedom.
the context of marriage.
Yes, you have the freedom and the liberty to choose your options, but you don't have the freedom and the liberty to rewrite those options or rewrite the consequences or the rules of those options. So, for example, we have primarily 2 types of marriages in Nigeria. I know it's now people are breaking it down to 3, right?
Yes.
We have the customary marriage and the statutory marriage. Although now people are now breaking it down into 3 to say the statutory marriage, customary marriage, and Islamic marriage.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
We know
the statutory is usually recognized as a church.
Yes, as a church. So statutory marriage is a marriage you conduct in a registered, a licensed church, place of worship.
Yes.
Right? A place of worship or at a marriage registry.
Exactly. We're still going to come to that because for some people that probably got married in a place, they don't know their church.
Exactly.
So that will not mean that they're committing adultery. But let's even leave that.
Oh, see that. So then, if you say you want to do customary marriage, then the rule says you must go by the culture. If not, you did not have a customary marriage. You only had a party.
And you're just cohabiting.
You had a party. Let's just say that. You had a party. Nothing more.
So in that instance, if that man then goes to marry another woman, using or complying with the culture, in that instance, if the man now does the right thing, goes by the culture, marries another woman, then that one then becomes the subsisting wife.
Of course.
And you are just...
Of course. You are not there. Your marriage becomes voidable. It may not be outrightly void.
Yes.
It may not be outrightly void because there's when people have done the drama.
Yes.
There's a presumption that they did the right thing.
When you put yourself up as a married couple.
Exactly. There's a presumption that you are married.
Yes.
Until somebody comes to challenge it. So if that becomes challenged, it means that no, what people had was just a party.
Yeah.
People had a very good party.
So I want you to take us through the types of marriage because there was a time there was a discourse online where they were trying to differentiate, just like you said, church marriage, court marriage. Some people say if I go to court, do I need to still go to church?
Yes.
Some people will just go to court and you know how some people say, have they gotten married? Is it not just court? They've not come to church. You need to do it. And then some people they'll just some Muslims they just do the Islamic one and they don't bother with it. Can you educate us on each of them so that for people that are listening to this, to the podcast, at least they are more informed of what the law says, regarding on that each of these marriages.
Okay, so because you want us to do a breakdown, I'll give the 2 general broad types of marriages, then I'll break it down some more to see how people can understand it. So first we have the statutory marriage, which in simple terms means the marriages that is based on the Marriage Act. Right, the Marriage Act of Nigeria. And where can you conduct this type of marriage? You can conduct it in a church that is licensed for marriage and by a licensed minister of that church. And so that's why it is wrong for a pastor from another denomination to do the joining of a couple in a church. So
is it the law? The way the lawyers
come so I know you like one particular pastor, like, oh, that's the pastor that I would like to do my joining and the rest. If you like that pastor to do your joining, go to his church. But if you are doing the marriage in denomination A, and you go and bring a pastor from denomination B to come and do the joining in denomination A, it does not work. So it has to be your church by a licensed minister of your church. Right, to do it. That's for the statutory marriage. Either you are doing it like that in a church, or you go to a marriage registry.
Okay.
If you don't want to do it in a church or in a marriage registry, some people, they like to have garden weddings.
I was going to come to
yes, garden wedding. They want to use a ceremonial hall. They want to do a location. What the law says is that you have to now obtain the license of the governor, the permit of the governor. So the governor has to permit license that particular place.
Does that mean all these marriages that we are seeing in Nigeria, they are doing auto, we are in just party with them?
Many of them go to registry
Okay.
to go and do the right thing and come out to do
Whatever you now want.
Yes, the party. So that's what the statutory marriage.
Thank you for listening to this episode. The conversation still continues, and you can listen to other parts of the recording in the next episode. See you there.